Hey everybody, welcome to Talk Daily. My name is Eddie, and today we're going to be talking about Mercedes Benz. This article comes to us from Motor Trend and written by Angus McKenzie. The E-Class is no longer getting any more updates from Stuttgart. They pretty much said, okay, what we have here is what we have, and that's it. So they're making the EQE. So for 2023, Mercedes Benz EQE is going to be what's going to take over the E-Class. They're going to be EQE and the EQS. And if you don't know what they are, this picture right here is the EQE, and right here is the EQS. They look very similar because they are similar. They share a lot. The EQS is a little bit longer and has two more extra fuel cell, where the EQE has 10, the EQS has 12, and basically electric cells, electric fuel cell. Okay, there's no gasoline in these cars, no internal combustion engine. And speaking of internal combustion engine, you see that opening the grill? Well, since there's no internal combustion engine, this grill is much more smoother, like you see on a lot of those electric cars. You still need cooling for electric cars, but not the same extent you need for internal combustion engine. That, mainly generates a lot of heat. So this car just looks really comfortable, looks really pretty, and looks like a really, really, really comfortable ride. I'll read a little bit from the article because Mackenzie wrote it very well. I love the statement that he wrote, the little piece over here. He said, solid and dependable, comfortably composed on any road at any speed, sometimes conservatively styled, yet always unmistakably premium. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class sedan has for decades been the car whose core values have defined the Mercedes-Benz brand. Point. But not for much longer. Mercedes-Benz's dramatic pivot to focus almost entirely on electric vehicles means there is no new E-Class under development in Stuttgart. Instead, its role as a company touchstone is being handed to the new electric Mercedes EQE. So it goes on saying that what is the EQE, and what I just mentioned right here about it, it's basically a little bit shorter than the EQS. The wheelbase is a little bit shorter, 196, where the EQS is 122.8 inches, which is 3.6 inches shorter. It's not that much. And also talk about the battery cell. So the more compact dimension of the EQE would only be available with smaller 10 cell, 91 kilowatt per hour battery. The EQS is available with 12 cell, 108 kilowatt battery. Even so, Mercedes saying its most efficient specification, single motor, rear drive on steel springs, 19-inch wheels. The EQE has a WLTP certificate of 410 miles. That certificate is for Europe. That's a European certification. We here in the United States, we have the EPA. An EPA range, he's mentioning it's like usually 20% less than the WLTP. So they're estimating it's going to be 300 plus miles range. The car handle fast charge rate up to 170 kilowatt, which means that up to 36 kilowatt per hour, enough for 155 miles on the WLTP standard, can be added to the battery in just 15 minutes. So you can get, over 150 miles in 15 minutes. That's not bad at all. The EQE also shares much of the technology available for the EQS. The massive Hyperscreen is available as an option along with air suspension and rear wheel steering, which pivot the wheels either 10 degree or 4.5 degree depending on the wheel tire package. Speaking of which, the entry-level wheel is 19-inch, wow, with 20s and 21 available, although selecting those will trim the range for about 5%. What you won't be able to get on the EQEs for now, at least, is a level 3 autonomous driving pilot assistant that made its debut on the new S-Class and now available in the EQS. Okay, so here's the interior of the EQE, and here's the exterior. Here's the shot of the car moving along. Here's the wheels that we're talking about, the 19s. You can get them the 20 and 21, but that affects your range. I'm not a big fan of large wheels. At a certain point, yeah, for the looks, to each their own. I think 19 is good enough. Here's the interior. That's the screen we're talking about, the optional. I think it looks wonderful. I think it looks really pleasant on the eye. It looks really smooth. I just love the way it looks. It's very modern, very sleek. It's a very inviting place to be in. And here's another shot of it. I really cannot fault this vehicle. It looks just so splendid. It looks so elegant. The lines, just the shape of the lines, the color, the vibes it gives is very, very a soothing place to be in. The back seat, it doesn't get as much as the front, of course, but you still have your standard controls for the climate. You still get some lights on the door handle, so the passengers are not left out for without anything. Um, it's just a beautiful, beautiful car. Back to the article, they're talking about the this massive hyperscreen. This is what they're talking about over here. It's an option that I would definitely select. If you're getting this car, please select that option. Please do. Select that option instead of the wheels, definitely. But I guarantee that's not a cheap option. And then they're talking about this is the level control that you get from the E-Class, the level 3 autonomous. I don't know, it's up to you. If you have it and you don't need to use it, okay, it's good to have. It's part of luxury. Although EQE looks a lot like the EQS, it's not just a shrinky dinks version of the bigger car. Apart from the proportion, the front end is subtly different. Oh, they're talking about basically it looks a little bit different. And unlike the EQS, it's a hatchback. EQE has a conventional trunk. The reason why EVA2 vehicle developed Chief Hollinger Ensman, who was driving me around Stuttgart in production EQE 350 Plus, is to improve rear headroom. Yeah, see, they're talking about the headroom. That's why they designed it that way. Okay. The right stuff, our impression, and I talk about like, okay, you could read this article for face of praise. I don't really want to go through it a lot, but basically they're saying the EQE, so now there's an EQE 350 Plus that gives you like 288 horsepower and 291 foot-pound of torque, and there's an EQE 305 pound mass, and they say, okay, there's an AMG version is going to come up of EQE, which is 670 horsepower. So basically they're lining up. AMG is gonna take in this vehicle and they're gonna make it basically faster. You expect an electric car to be smooth and quiet as air suspension. Of course, it's very comfortable. The tires, the 255/40 Pirelli Sotto Zero, an internal combustion engine masks all sort of noise, but in EV there's nowhere to hide. That is so true. That is so true. I bet you this car is very comfortable to be in. I would bet that when you're driving this car, it's very, very quiet and comfortable because again, it's electric. Like when they made the point, you can't hide the noise of the car. And then they have the driving mode. You have Eco Comfort Sport mode, and it just, again, I think it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful car. So here's the specs. So the price, 57,000 estimate. And this is for the EQE 350 Plus specification, not for the AMG version, okay? Rear motor, rear-wheel drive, 5-passenger, 4-door sedan, engine, 288 horsepower, 391 foot-pound of torque, transmission, 1-speed automatic, curb weight, 5,300 pounds. They're estimating that weight, okay? This is not set in stone. Wheelbase is 122.8, and 0 to 60, 6.5 second. And the EPA, they haven't mentioned it yet. They're saying about the range. Now they're saying 340, 339 estimate on sale in 2023. Let me know what you think if you're getting this car. Are you willing to get this car? Do you think this is what gets you? If you have an E-Class, are they gonna trade it in for this? I would if my commute allows me to charge it. Again, it all has to do where you're able to charge it, but I would. I can't fault this car, honestly. I really can't. I know when you drive it fast and you use it more and more often, it will deplete the battery very quickly. But again, talking about the charging time of 15 minutes, you get a 100 plus mile. What's wrong with that? You have, So, anyways, I love this car. Let me know what you think. Do you like it or you don't? I like it. I really do. I think the price is right. I think the way it looks is really pretty. I think it's very classy, and I think it's gonna be able to carry along the legacy of the E-Class and carry it very well. Good job, Mercedes, for making this car, and I really hope they meet a lot of success in making this vehicle because the technology getting in this car for that price is amazing. That's amazing. I mean, if you can go back to 5-7 years ago and you're spending that much amount of money, you're just getting an internal combustion engine with some leather and some sport dampening buttons. So I just find this to be amazing. I think it's very beautiful. And as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And take care, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.